go, and we're here. So I am catching up with the mighty Johnny Vicious. Johnny Vicious, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm all the better for seeing you.
Yeah.
So, you have been down to Singapore a few times before.
Yes.
What are you excited about to show us that hasn't happened before?
Ooh. So I guess I'm mainly in Singapore playing disco sets, and I get to come down and play techno not that often. So tonight, with the new setting at Kilo, I think I'm gonna go very dirty and try and go really trippy.
I like the new setting at Kilo. Tell us how this differs to how things were before.
So the normal setting at Kilo is me being up high, looking down at the crowd.
Back in the booth.
Yeah, in the booth. And today we have it on the floor, so I'm surrounded by people, very boiler room style, and I kind of like that more because you get to have a connection with the people. I get to actually see them because normally I don't see anything with the smoke.
Blinded by the lights.
Blinded by the lights. But yeah, I think it's gonna be fun tonight.
Yeah. So you are, as I've said many times, one of my favorite DJs, and I'd like to know what kind of propels you on a month-by-month basis. What are you excited by? What makes you pumped to come into a new set and come out and bring some energy? Or maybe who are you excited by? There's any sexy new artists you're boned up about?
I don't know, man.
Like,
okay, so these days I've kind of gone back into listening to a lot of
Hey, Ncia, how you doing?
a lot of music that I used to listen to when I was younger, because I realized that I sort of lost this knack for looking into music that wasn't music that I played. And these days I've been listening to a lot of music on Tidal, and this year my favorite artist is Kid Sebastian and their latest album, because the album is just magical. It's so beautiful, and this kind of reminded me of the organic structure that I actually loved a long time ago when it came to music. I kind of lost myself musically over maybe the last 2 or 3 years, and I feel like I've kind of found myself again back where I truly belong, which is deep dark dungeons with very weird people, and getting them into a cloud and keeping them in this cloud until I finish my set. And so this is where I'm sort of going these days with my music. Unless I'm playing a disco set, then it's all fun and, well, you know, rainbows. But
quite linear. So that's fantastic. So what is new that people who aren't based in Kuala Lumpur should know about what's happening in Kuala Lumpur at the moment?
Whoa, okay, so Kuala Lumpur, I'm not going to go into too much detail. There's some really good promoters that I love who are doing some crazy shit, namely Odd Extreme Media, the guys from Kyo who are throwing some really cool Thursday parties now with techno, and of course you have OWRM that have been around and have been pushing boundaries.
Those guys have been around for a long time and do some great stuff.
Pushing some really great stuff. But I work for Barrio and Pisco, and we have always tried to stay away from what other people are doing, and we try to create a little identity for ourselves. And I guess I'm going to go into what our latest venture is, which is
Hit me.
My latest party that I've organized with 4 beautiful, stunning young drag queens. The party is called Shagrilla, and it's basically an expression of art and music, but we're trying to weasel away from performance-based parties, and we're trying to go into creating a more dance party, because KL has been missing that for the LGBT scene. You know, the LGBT scene has been very much in the performance side, doing amazing things, but an actual dance club that plays great music that beautiful people on the spectrum dance to, that's been missing for a while, and that's something that we've got into. And we just had our first party yesterday.
I love that.
We had 244 people come in on our first night
At Pisco.
Yeah, at Barrio it was mental.
And for the people that don't know, Pisco is not the largest venue in the world.
We normally have a capacity of 180.
250 is
so that was pushing it.
Very much on the large side.
But you know, everyone was on podiums. We had these gorgeous drag queens in very art pop, drag monster, club kid vibe come in and do some crazy shows, and there was a moment while DJing that I realized this is exactly what I've been missing for a long time, being with my community and spreading good music in a beautiful dark room with lots of smoke.
That's fantastic. No, I love that. I love that.
So that's that's a venture right now.
I did not know about that.
It's going to be a monthly
Super
party.
exciting.
Yeah. So look out for it and come down the next time you're in KL.
We need to check this
And remember,
thing
it's
out.
for everyone. We're completely inclusive. Just don't be an asshole. Yeah.
Those are the rules. Don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
All right. And so, let's talk forward-facing. What do you see in the future for the Southeast Asian music scene? Either what you project will happen, or what you would love to see happen within the Southeast Asian music scene. Either versions of that answer are appropriate.
Well, I think the Southeast Asian music scene is now coming to a point where people are starting to collaborate a lot more, and this is something that was always missing. You know, countries not really working with each other to create. And KL's always been sort of at the bottom of the food chain when it comes to a party city, because you know we are a secular Muslim country and people think that, oh, the parties are never going to be great. But I mean, as I said, we've got some great promoters. We're always doing crazy stuff, and of course the house and techno scene is so small in KL, but even though it's small, it's huge. You know, it's crazy. Yeah,
I've always enjoyed it.
Yeah, everybody who comes down always says that it's a nut city. You got to know the right people, and I feel like today everybody in Southeast Asia is sort of projecting this this vibe of sharing, and I think with that there's going to be a bigger platform for artists to slowly rise.
Well, I think that this evening is one example of that. This is you as a Kuala Lumpur-based artist coming down to Singapore as part of the Invasion series to come down and showcase what you're about and really represent.
And I love Singapore, and I have so many friends here. And you were the one person who brought me into the scene, you know, and gave me a chance to do my thing years ago. And I think because